Hello, this is Beth back here with another episode of my book talks. And today I'm going to talk about two books, and the first one is this new one, and it's called Remember Me by Chelsea Bobulski. I've had a couple of constructive criticisms on these videos, and one was that I'd start videotaping them in landscape, so here we go. And the second one is I should read the first line of every book. So I'm going to read the first line of this book. It says, he'd known somehow, as he pulled the trigger, that death would not be the worst of what he would face. So this book is in the horror genre, and it's not a book that I would normally read because I don't like to be scared. And to tell you the truth, if this had been a movie, I probably wouldn't have read it. I probably wouldn't have watched it. I would have been too scared. But as a book, this was really good, and I'm really glad I decided to read it. There's a little bit of, as you can kind of guess from the cover, there's a little bit of ghosty stuff going on in there, but it was really, really good book. It kept me on the edge of my seat, and it didn't scare me overly much, I think because it was a book. Anyway, it's about two girls who are both 16, and they're spending the summer at a resort hotel on an island off the coast of one of the Carolinas. Only one of them is in 1907, Leah, and the other one, Nell, is in 2019. And the chapters alternate between the two of them. One chapter for Leah, one chapter for Nell, and whatever 100 and some years that separate them. But it was, both of the main characters, the girls are really, really good. They're well-rounded. They're both dealing with some situations that are not good for them and some things. And as you find out in the book, there's something that connects the two of them. But I'm not going to tell you what that is. You'll have to read it yourself. But I would suggest it because it's really good. There's a little bit of romance and a lot of what's going to happen. So that's my suggestion for my new book. The other one I want to suggest is this one. It's called In Other Lands by Rees Brennan. The first line is, so far, magic school was rubbish. Was total rubbish. So this is a fantasy. It was written in 2014, so it's a few years old. But when I read it when it first came out, and I actually reread it last week. It's really, really good. I really liked it. It's one of my favorite all-time books. It kind of gave me my Harry Potter fix, only it's not totally like Harry Potter, but it's enough similar that it kind of gave me the fix. But it's not, he doesn't actually learn magic. He goes to a school at a magic land that only certain people can see. So where there's elves and mermaids and, giants and dwarves and those kinds of things. But the main character, Elliot, he's kind of a jerk, actually. He's super smart, and he never stops talking, and very snarky and very sarcastic, and doesn't have a lot of friends, doesn't have a good home life. And so he ends up going to this school, and he kind of falls in with a group as the only elf girl in the camp, and then kind of what he thinks is the most popular boy. And so the three of them kind of fall into a group. It's kind of lighthearted but serious, and like I said, super snarky, sarcastic. A couple of things I really like about this book. I like the main character a lot, even though he is a bit of a jerk at the beginning. He does grow. He has a really good arc. The book takes you through. It starts when he's 13 and goes through 5 years of school. So it is a standalone. There's no series or anything. The other cool thing about this book is the Elf Society that his friend Serene is from, and she the Elf Society is totally gender backwards from our society. The women are the strong ones, and the men are the weak ones that stay home and take care of the children, and the women are the warriors. And it's really fun the way they portray it, because Serene, the elf, will start talking about why society should be that way, and Elliot's always like, she kind of makes sense every time she says something. But it's pretty funny. But it's very fun. I would really suggest you, if you like if you like fantasy, if you like fun dialogue, sarcastic. But anyway, there's my suggestion for the second book. If you guys have any suggestions about the videos that I'm doing, if you have any suggestions for books you want me to talk about, please, you can comment in the YouTube videos, or you can comment on the Facebook page, or you can direct private message on Facebook to the Sterling Public Library. Otherwise, you're welcome to comment, tell me what you're reading and if you like it, and give me some suggestions to read, new or old books. Okay, see you next week. Bye.